Nathan Hooven, a disabled Air Force veteran, voted for Donald Trump in November. However, just 3 months later, he finds himself unemployed and feels betrayed by the president's significant reduction of the federal government, which resulted in his job loss. "I believe many other veterans voted similarly, and we have been betrayed," said Hooven, who was dismissed in February from a Virginia medical facility for veterans. "I feel like my life and the lives of so many like me, who have sacrificed so much for this country, are being destroyed." The mass dismissal of federal employees since Trump took office in January is affecting veterans, who constitute 30% of the nation's federal workforce. The precise number of veterans who have lost their jobs is unknown, although House Democrats estimated last month that it could be in the thousands. More layoffs could be forthcoming. The Department of Veterans Affairs, a major employer of veterans, is planning a reorganization that includes cutting over 80,000 jobs from the extensive agency, according to an internal memo obtained by the Associated Press. Veterans make up more than 25% of the VA's workforce. In interviews, several veterans who supported candidates from both parties described their recent job losses as a betrayal of their military service. They are particularly upset by how it happened, through an email citing inadequate job performance, despite receiving positive reviews in their roles. James Stansel, a 62-year-old Army veteran who was fired last month from his position as a supply technician at a VA hospital in Milwaukee, said it felt like he had been shot and dropped out of a helicopter. "And you just free fall and hit the ground. That's it," said Stansel, who supported Democrat Kamala Harris last year. "I'm not dead weight, you're tossing off the wrong stuff." Stansel mentioned that the email he received stating his performance wasn't sufficient came as a complete shock because he had previously received positive feedback. Hooven also said his performance was cited despite similarly positive feedback during his 11 months as a probationary employee. "I've been blindsided," Hooven said. "My life has been completely upended with zero chance to prepare. I was fired without notice, unjustly based on a lie that I'm a subpar performer at my job." Stansel believes Trump owes fired veterans an apology. When asked this week about fired federal workers who are veterans, Alina Habba, a former member of Trump's personal legal team who now serves as a counselor in the White House, defended the cuts. She stated that while there is a fiscal responsibility to taxpayers to pay those who actually work, it doesn't mean veterans are forgotten. "We're going to care for them in the right way, but perhaps they're not fit to have a job at this moment or not willing to come to work." Veterans were much more likely to support Trump than Harris in November's presidential election, according to AP VoteCast, a survey conducted across all 50 states. Nearly 6 in 10 voters who are veterans backed Trump, while about 4 in 10 voted for Harris. Cynthia Williams, an Army veteran who lost her job as a dispatcher at a VA in Ann Arbor, Michigan, said she didn't vote for either candidate, but suspects fellow veterans who backed Trump might have reconsidered had they known this was coming. "It was blindsiding because he said he wanted to make the country great again, but this is not making it great again," Williams said. Matthew Sims, an Army veteran, lost his job last month as a program support assistant at a mental health clinic at a VA in Salem, Virginia, after moving with his wife and 3 children from Texas. He voted for Trump and supports reducing the size of the federal government, but not in this manner. "I support downsizing, but it's just the way they're going about doing it. It's like the chainsaw approach versus the surgical approach that they should be doing," Sims said. Jared Evans, a recreation therapist at the Salem VA, was fired in February during his 8th month as a probationary worker. Evans shared that a patient had just expressed appreciation for his work when he received his termination email. He had relocated from California with his wife and 2 young children for a job he had long desired. Evans, a 36-year-old Army veteran and the sole breadwinner for his family, expressed feeling scared, numb, and angry. "I cried," Evans said about learning of his firing. "I haven't done that in a while because you're just kind of free-falling now. You're in an area where you're not really familiar with, and you're just being left out to dry."